about last night's episode of The Walking Dead. I'm Tony Walters, this is Rebekah Erb and Dan Murphy, and let's talk the mid-season finale.
Oh my gosh, we finally are getting our Rick back. The Rick that we know and love. Our group is back together, and there is a rebellion in sight, which is what we've been waiting for. Like we have talked before, just on our own and on this show, it's just been getting really, really bad reviews, Walking Dead, and it disappoints me.
But deservingly so.
Oh, I don't know about that. Not only like over this season, but really this episode has gotten a lot of bad talk.
It's because they did what everybody thought they were going to do and thought that would be fine.
It wasn't.
There was nothing surprising.
It wasn't enough from then. Yeah. I really liked it.
No, I know. I thought the
it.
episode was really good, but
yeah.
I understand why people are being really negative about it, because we had pretty much the past at least 3 episodes that were just like nothing really happening, and nothing was set up. Like the first couple episodes, at least we had a lot of really good character development. And the past few episodes really haven't had a whole lot of interesting character development. Some, but not a whole lot. Especially to have 90-minute episodes.
Right. That I can agree with. Yeah.
And then this episode, they thought this episode would redeem the whole show, and I don't think that this episode redeemed the negative of what we've seen so far, but I thought it was a really solid episode, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was well put together.
I
and all
get
that.
why they did it like this, because they also get a lot of negative attention when they do these crazy cliffhangers too,
right?
And people get mad about that.
Yeah.
So you can't please everyone.
I think
it's
that
like
this season
lose for them. They can't.
I think
please
this
them.
season though, once the season's completely over, and it's up on Netflix, and people just binge it, I think that this season is going to be the perfect binge season. Like it's going to be, because you're gonna be able to ride through all of the slow time, but all it is one big build up to this big war that's going to happen,
and it's going to be epic.
And it's going to be really epic to if you were to just binge through the whole thing. I bet it just feels a lot nicer. But when you're waiting week by week to a slow episode that nothing happens, it's just that's where you're losing ratings.
Yeah. And if it all happened too quickly, there would be no build up and there would be no excitement.
Right.
So, I mean,
and I think they did perfect for the mid-season finale. I think it was a perfect episode to stop halfway through. And I think they did really
stuff to wonder about.
Oh yeah.
But
it gave you hope, and that doesn't happen in the show ever.
Well,
they gave you a lot of hope, which is great.
I feel like some of that came together a bit too easy. I don't know.
Well, it came together easy, but it was just like it was very emotional in the end, and not only for us as the audience, but even for the actors, because the actors were all separated and didn't get to hang out with each other and do all this. So like Daryl and Rick, like the actors, like when they actually met, like those tears you had were actually real because they hadn't seen each other for so long.
Yeah, and that's what I love about Walking Dead. Not only the show, but the universe and community that it's created. You get this raw emotion, not from this natural human reaction to what the world is now, but you get this raw emotion from the actors, like you said, which makes this show so much better than any other show.
And with everything that you're passionate about, you're going to get emotional about it, and people lash out.
And you're going to try harder and give more to it.
Right. You don't want to be let down by it. Like that's what you see a lot of people say, if it's like this next week, I won't watch it. Well, you just said it this week, you're going to watch it next week. You're going to keep watching it.
Yeah.
Well, this season has had the biggest drop in ratings.
And it has, and I agree.
Well, so it was the same exact drop, just about, when they were on the farm, on Herschel Farm.
Right,
same
but
thing.
Deservingly so.
It fluctuates. We're going to get the viewers back.
That season is not good to binge watch either.
Was not big enough to make that work.
I can binge watch all of it.
I know. I've never watched an episode twice, I don't think.
Oh, I've watched them like 8 times or maybe 10 times. But
maybe if I watched one and pretended I didn't and then had to rewatch it again. You've been there.
So what was your favorite moment in this episode?
When Negan kills Spencer. Even though I knew it was going to happen, I didn't think, last week when we talked, I didn't think it was going to happen because I thought they'd keep Spencer around because he sucked, so, they like to do that.
It's nice to have somebody to,
there's
hate.
no need for him.
But right when he, had that bottle, and he was like, I'm going to go try and,
And he's in the mirror, hi, how are you? Hi, I'm Spencer.
Right then, I was like, he's dying.
Yeah.
He's definitely dying.
For you guys. Do you think, then, by Negan doing that, was he throwing his weight around like he always does, or was he actually trying to like reach out to Rick like I'm helping you here,
I
buddy?
think that he respects
Or
Rick.
you think he played on that?
I don't think so at all. I think he respects Rick.
Or is he jealous
and
of
was
Rick?
just like, Rick is doing his job. Rick is out there, like he says. He's out there right now
Right.
supplying for me.
Right.
And you're being a little coward while
You're
he's
being a
gone,
little- yeah.
trying to tattletale and all this. I think he did it just because he was helping out Rick, yeah.
I think he thinks he was. I think he's a little jealous of him. I think the family life is something he wants, and he can't
The
get.
suburbs.
He's forcing himself on all these women, and these people just naturally flock around Rick and love him for some reason.
Genuinely
So
love him,
right,
yeah.
because he's doing it. He's doing it right. So there's a bit of jealousy.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite moment, and of course, I mean, I'm a girl and a mother at that, but my favorite moment was when Maggie was finally, like, she's
Maggie
acting
was
like a woman.
Glenn, that freaked me out.
No, but she's
She
finally
did.
acting like a pregnant woman,
She
you
looked
know?
like Glenn
Like,
with the
Sasha
hat.
comes in with the pie, and she's like, is that apple pie? And eating it, and
That was cute.
it was just, yeah, that was my favorite
But
moment.
she's still dressed like Glenn.
Well,
I thought.
she's grieving right now, so maybe
she's-
it's part of her
Yeah,
grieving.
and I understand that. But
I don't think she was. I mean, dressed like Glenn, but I think she was just dressed like somebody in charge. Like she was. She wasn't looking like this, innocent little girl. She was dressing like,
yeah.
like somebody who's in charge.
And she is in charge.
Yeah. What's his name? Gregory.
Gregory
was
that
even,
apple.
even trying to say like, basically don't think you're the one in charge. I'm still in charge here.
Right,
Little
right.
weasel.
And
He's a
she's
weasel.
like, hey, what are you doing with that apple? Like,
is
just to rub it in
great.
his face. Like, who's really
Yeah.
in charge here?
And then the
Yeah.
guy was like, dude, you know she's pregnant. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I like how they keep talking about people at the hilltop too. Like they're like, oh, this person and that person said this. Like, where are these people? I still
The
don't
problem-
see anybody
the problem
there.
with her being in charge is eventually Negan's gonna figure it out.
Right. Well, they're still, Negan isn't actually running that place.
She shouldn't
so.
get too cocky about things.
Well, I'm just saying Negan's
She
not
has
actually
every
running that
right
one
to get
though.
cocky.
Dwight or
Let
not
her get
Dwight.
cocky.
Simon is the one that's actually running that
Yeah.
running the hilltop though.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it might take a
Trevor.
little while. Yes, Trevor.
I'm saying she might want to lay low and not let
Yeah.
too many people. She's know
Right.
she's there.
Right. So speaking of Maggie and Gregory, he's obviously seeing that she is now the leader. Do you guys think that if he gets another chance that he's going to try and sell them out? Or do you think Maggie or Jesus is going to nip that in the bud before he has that chance?
I think that it'll probably end up him trying to do something to sell him out and probably dying in the process. He's going to do something to
Yeah.
kill himself off before. I don't think that they're going
That's
to.
who I thought we were talking about just a minute ago was Gregory, by the way. Is that who you're talking about
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, he's only a matter of time for that guy. He's gonna just.
Yeah, he's gonna be his
We
own
just saw
ending.
Negan do it with. Sound terrible with names. He thought he
With
was saying the
Spencer.
right thing
Spencer.
to Negan, didn't he?
Right,
But he
right.
still got gutted.
Yeah, but like
So-
Maggie sees that he's a coward and cowards are dangerous, like she said. So I didn't know if I
Cowards
kind of
get
think she
gutted.
may nip it in the bud before he has a chance to do
Yeah.
something. I don't know exactly what. Maybe I don't know. I mean, I don't think Maggie would kill him. But then again, she is a different person now.
He's killed before.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't think
that
she's
is
gonna
true.
kill him. He's a coward, but he's not.
It's not worth that.
Yeah, he's gonna kill himself. Like he's gonna do the same thing that Spencer did, like in a way, or just end up getting stuck in a group of walkers because he can't
That's the
even
best
fight
way
for
for him to
himself.
go.
So.
Yeah, 'cause
be
he's still-
walkers.
Yeah.
We forget
Yeah.
they're out there.
Yeah.
That would be the best way, just for
And
him
he's
to
still
get
in
ripped
his
to pieces.
suit. Like, he doesn't
Yeah.
know how to survive around that. So let's go back to Alexandria and talk about the Rosita incident. She comes back and she knows that he's there. She has a little talk with Father Gabriel, talks him out of it and everything. And then, she had a moment with Spencer and all of that. Do you guys think that she was doing it out of revenge or out of protection for everybody else? Like, she saw that people were dying, so out of...
No, it was totally emotional revenge. That was it. Yeah.
Just being greedy about it.
Yeah, for sure. She wasn't trying to save
She
anybody.
obviously
She was
wasn't
just
well, if she was wanting to save them, she would have considered the fact that everyone would be in danger if she shoots him.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't considering really what would the
repercussions.
Right.
Right.
She definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see that
I
coming.
love that it hit Lucille.
I love that, yeah. I
Like, they
freaked
cut it
out.
off
Well,
at the
in the-
commercial. I'm like,
Because I knew she couldn't have shot him.
going on?
So
Right.
I'm like, how did they get out of this one?
Right,
like, I couldn't
right.
figure
Well,
out
I
how
thought
they did it.
maybe it was a faulty bullet because it was,
was too
because it was
easy.
homemade.
handmade, yeah.
But
Oh, that's all. I guess I didn't think about that.
but
Yeah.
but apparently in the comics that's the same thing that happens in the comics is that it hits Lucille, but Carl's the one that pulls the trigger.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why we probably saw a lot of Carl throwing his gun around earlier.
Yeah. Oh, and I love when Negan tells Rick that I'm just here bringing your boy back, and that
Oh,
look
and
that
his
he gives,
look, that,
he gives.
yes,
yeah.
He gives
that
Carl,
was
like-
when, like, during the moment I actually laughed, like, when Rick turned around and gave us that
It's
look.
like, ooh, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know about that.
Yeah. He doesn't know about a lot of stuff. He'd been gone for a little while there on that run.
I don't think it matters. I think they're about to have a
So-
big meeting and discuss it.
Yeah. I think it's all. He's accepted that everybody in his team is now trying to take their own. Everything's played out like what we've been talking though.
It is.
Everybody's
Exactly.
was
It's been
trying
very
to
predictable.
was going their own way to take him out, and now that he's seen everybody,
He knows
he's not in control
he
anymore. He
needs
has to.
them
Yeah.
just as much as they need him.
I
Right.
don't think it was that he's not in control and he's seeing everybody else taking a stand. He just saw two towns, two of their members die, and he realized no matter what, people are going to die. So either way, we need to make a stand.
This is wrong.
Right.
Yes.
I can't stand by
Yeah.
and not do anything.
And of
about
course,
it.
he already made up his mind, but his talk with Michonne, or Michonne's talk with him,
Yeah.
I think that made him even more realize, like, yeah, we have to do this for Judith, which was a little Easter egg, and I think they said it on Talking Dead. That little talk with, like, little pep talk with him was the same thing that Rick said in season 6 before she knocked him out. Like, that little outburst where he's all bloody and waving that gun around.
Yeah. It was the same. Yeah, it was the same line.
Which I thought was pretty cool. And then other little Easter eggs when Spencer is with that nose ring girl and Eugene is just like standing there watching,
great.
and she's like, "What? Do you like watching or something?" He's like, "Yes, I do." Like, he does. He totally does.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really, really
Yeah,
funny.
that was really funny.
That was a nice moment. It's a sad moment.
At least he's honest.
Right?
But
Right?
my problem with Rick, being, I mean, yes, he's been through a lot and he's changed his mind now. He's gonna go to war, but he's like making this decision of going to war for no real reason. I mean, he still has he's in his mind, he still only knows of the Hilltop as being the only people that he has to back him, and knows that
But
that's
this
not
is
enough
why
people.
they're all going like this. Now they're all
Yeah.
about to find out. Yeah,
Right.
you're right.
But and then Jesus, and then we got the sneak peek of,
But no,
Of
this
of
is
Jesus
what I
saying,
think.
"I got to introduce
He
you guys to the
sees
kingdom."
He
Quest
sees the
to the
group has
kingdom.
done all this so far, right? Enough to where Daryl's there. He got out. Like, how the heck did they pull that off? Like, he sees that they've come this far
Right.
and knows maybe it's possible as a group.
Yeah.
We got to do it together. That's kind of the
And do it
motto.
smart. Like, they
Yeah.
can't just run into it. They have to really
Old school,
plan this
plan
out.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An A-team plan that we won't see coming.
You know what? I really hope. I hope that we don't see it coming, and I
No, they
hope.
better not
I hope
be.
that they try and they
better
fail
be
really,
so-
really bad.
Yeah.
because as of right now, it's like, okay, they're gonna get a team together. It's gonna be war. People are gonna die. But all in all,
They're
the
gonna
main
come
people that we
out.
like are gonna come out on the end.
Right.
Fine. We might lose one of them. But
Right.
and then season finale. Let's do it all over again.
Yeah.
Every season.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't wait. It's going to be something they've not done.
Yeah, they're gonna come up with something because
I mean, they
season
kind of did it at
6
the prison.
with
Yeah, but
that
not,
It was
whole-
reversed.
not on this grand of a scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even people said the same thing for season 6. Like, what are they gonna do? It's the same thing, and they did it. They had that big, huge herd of walkers in that stone quarry or whatever, and that was pretty exciting. That was first time done. I thought that was good. So I think that there's more coming, and they're gonna do their job well.
Yeah.
I know you don't think that, but
I mean, I think they'll do their job well. I mean, the show is just fine. Like, I mean,
Right.
it's just fine.
it's just
and,
fine.
hey,
Nothing more than that.
Does
I'm
it entertain you?
To a certain
sometimes
extent.
yes. this
Then it's kind
episode.
of done its job.
This
Right.
episode entertained me. The past couple haven't really, but this episode was good. I really enjoyed this episode. But, and the same thing, I'm no one to talk. I love Supernatural, and that show's been shit for like 3. Oh, sorry. But the show's been crap for 3 seasons or so now. I mean, if not more. But it's just up and down the whole time. So I mean, I'm used to. I mean, it's
And
fine.
they obviously have a lower budget than Walking Dead, so
Yeah, but budget's nothing. It's just it's writing. You can do anything
They've
with
got a
with
massive
small
fan
budgets.
base,
Fine.
and that's
Yeah,
why
but-
they're
Well,
still
I mean, that's
kicking
true.
them out.
I like Supernatural too, but
Right, but I'm just saying
effects wise, I like.
I enjoy The Walking Dead for what it is, but I still see problems with it. It's fine.
Of course.
I see problems with Supernatural, but it's one of my favorite shows. But
You'll see things
do a bunch
no
of
matter
stuff I
what.
don't like.
Like your brain is always going when you're watching like a movie or something. Like, oh, that's that. They should have done something like this. Nope, that was wrong
They
too.
should have.
Or
If
that
I
was
can
good.
see
They
it,
did
they
well with
should have.
that.
yeah,
So back to like the kingdom and that sneak peek where they're talking about maybe blowing up, and Jesus says, "Well, it's time for you to meet Ezekiel." What do you think is going to be like Rick's reaction to King Ezekiel?
I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking
They're
forward to
gonna have
his
fun
reaction.
with it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too.
The guy's seen everything, isn't he, at this point? Well, no, because she's not seen him. He's the most wacky character in there.
is.
Say,
He's my
if
with that
favorite.
tiger.
if Morgan and if he at least sees Morgan, I don't know that he's gonna.
They give him a heads up.
I don't know that he's going to talk to Carol beforehand, but I was going to say he will probably end up talking with Morgan before meeting Ezekiel. I imagine.
So.
Yeah.
It'd be like,
Just-
listen, mate.
I hope
But
that
they
he
don't
gets a
even
little bit
know
of a
that they're
buffer.
there. They don't know that
I know, but
Morgan
I'm
and Carol's
thinking that when he
there.
gets there,
Yeah,
he'll realize Morgan's there. Maybe not Carol because she's wants to be alone.
Well, I'm
Bacon.
wondering if, the group shows up and Carol's going to think that Morgan ratted her out.
Oh, something.
You know what I mean? Because...
And then we could spend a whole
Isn't that
episode
always
on that.
what they do with Carol? She gets mad, storms off, and comes back at
Yeah.
the end. I mean,
It's like I think Carol's a really strong character that they use poorly all the time. Like I hate her. Her story arc is just
I
the
like
most
the
worthless.
Fact, I would like to see Carol be like a serial mom, kind of like by day she's. And then,
kind of was like that for a
I'd like to
while,
see it
you
like
know?
That's what she is. Like
Right.
that straight up
that's her
black
superpower.
and
Like
white.
Michonne's got the
Yeah.
sword. Why can't she be just a crazy lady? It's in her. Let's see
Right.
more of that.
It is, but she's definitely just fighting with her morals right now.
I wonder
And
if she was off doing something this season. I feel like they just wasted her like this whole season. I feel like also, how much do these people get paid this season? Because all the characters, like all the actors, were only in like 2 episodes.
They all
each.
have really
Right.
nice nails.
Right.
Watch for that next time. They want manicures.
Yeah. That's something I always hate in like westerns. People have really nice teeth. I'm just like, no.
Yeah. It's only a movie.
Yeah. So we talked about, they're going back to the kingdom and everything. Let's back it up a little bit and talk about the boat and Aaron and Rick's little escapade. And Aaron survived. I thought it was going to be like a Bob thing. He actually got in the water. I was like, man, he's going to go down like Bob.
Yeah, I thought.
Okay. And yeah, so they get in the boat, they get all that good stuff, and then there's that note and everything. Do you think that that's really the Leslie guy that you see, like the boots walking around, or do you think it like possibly
You think
could
those
be
two are
somebody? No, like just like the guy obviously set up a trap. You know, like I see he set up a trap, people get his stuff, he follows the people, maybe gets their stuff, his stuff back or whatever. Do you think that's the guy that really held that place up, or do you think it's like
I see
maybe
what you're
somebody
saying.
that they know, or like what do you think about that
I never
guy?
thought about it like that. Like
Yeah.
that could, like you're saying that the boat was a trap that this guy set up to
Follow the people.
that's pretty clever.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that. Could be.
Yeah, because he definitely knows where Alexandria is now.
The styling of the way they did the boat and the trap is very much like what you see with his like makeshift shoes. It's kind of matches.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
I didn't catch any of that.
That's
Sorry.
really good.
So they get the stuff and everything, and I'm thinking that that's his way of survival. He sets this up, lets people take his stuff, he follows them back, gets their stuff,
If
plus
they're
his
strong
stuff
enough
back.
to survive the trap.
Yeah.
And there's something,
Yeah, they
they're
have
worth
something.
following.
Yeah.
That's good. I
That's
like
pretty good.
that.
I really liked their oars because one of them said you're all dead, the other one said
it's
we're
quirky.
assholes or something like that.
I didn't even
But it
catch
matches
that.
this, like, it does match what you see. I know
Right,
it's crazy.
it's
to
the
say
last,
it.
it's the
Right,
last
but I
board
get
of the
It fits.
thing, but it just fit because one of
It
like
does fit.
because is it Aaron, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
He's holding the one that says like we're assholes or something like that, and Rick's holding the one that says we're all dead.
Yeah.
And
I did not even notice that. How did
Yeah.
I miss that?
in the behind the snes of that scene,
He
you
said
see
something.
Rick. Yeah, Rick says
Comments
Rick's
on
like he reads his and he's like, "What's yours say?" He's like, "Who did this?"
Yeah.
That's so funny. I must have missed that. How? I don't know how.
I know how.
Well, we won't say it on camera.
Whoa.
What was I gonna say? Oh, just let's look a little thought. It's not really
No, I
like a
like
question or anything, but I was really pissed that it was the. You can't say the S word.
That's fine.
It was the dipshit that messed with Enid that beat up Aaron. Like that little twerp that is just. Oh,
Is
that
it?
beat up Aaron.
I
It
thought
was
the one that
same
messed
guy.
with Enid was
little-
the heavyset guy that.
Yeah,
that
it was the
Dwayne- or
black
Dwayne,
guy
that
and the
Daryl kills.
heavy set. Oh no, it wasn't.
What's his name? Like
It was
Fat Joey.
Fat Joey, poor Fat Joey.
Is he the one who tried to take her balloons?
No,
Apparently
Fat
not,
Joey
but I thought
is
that's what it
Fat
was.
Joey is the one that gave Daryl his food right before Daryl's first
But
escape.
Daryl still killed him anyway.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
was did that surprise you guys?
Not at all.
I'm like, he's waiting
No.
to kill someone.
Right, no,
It's
I was
probably
like-
gonna
I
be
mean, he
this
just
guy.
like
you-
snapped.
Yeah, but he had to
had
go.
to.
He had to go.
It was kill him or
He
get stuck in
didn't-
there.
No, if he wouldn't have done that,
Joe was gonna
that
let
guy
him
was
go.
gonna cave.
he would have let him go, but he would have ran and said, "Hey, this
Yeah.
guy's escaping," and then everybody
He'd
would have ran out and
cave.
done it. Like
He'd
he's a
cave.
coward,
Yeah.
and that's what happens.
Right.
I didn't get that.
That's the
from
whole moral of the whole
him.
show, really.
For
the
sure.
way they gutted, Spencer. It's like, doesn't pay.
Hey, he's one of Negan's crew. They're all gonna die eventually.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like
He's as good as
set
Negan,
fire to the
and
place.
he's pledged it.
Yes,
He's
he's a
dead.
Negan. He's a Negan.
So, do you think that we're going to see a change in Daryl? Like, are we going to see the old Daryl again? Are we going to see like a personality change?
I mean,
Yeah.
I
Like,
hope
is
so,
he
but
broken? Is he truly broken?
he's
He
not
ain't
broken. But I hope we do. But do I think we will? No.
I hope
I think it's gonna be the same Daryl, but I don't think we're actually gonna see a change.
Yeah, it'll be the same Daryl, but
Just a little bit more driven, I think,
a little more.
because he's been kind of off on his own a lot here
Yeah.
lately in the show. Anyway,
I think it'll be the same Daryl because he's had his arc to where now he's a part of the family and he wants to make
Right.
it work and everything. But I think we're gonna see
Him
an
die.
Aww.
I was thinking the
No,
same thing.
But like an emotional Daryl.
It's
like,
perfect timing to kill him.
it's been perfect time to kill him for like 2 or 3 seasons
Because,
now.
because he's finally been able to quit cigarettes, and walk away. So now he's clean.
I don't know. I think if he finds a carton of cigarettes, he's still gonna
Yeah.
smoke them.
I'm pretty sure I
Smoke them
would.
if you've got them.
Yeah. I mean, it's the end of the world. Like,
Yeah. Dying of
Why
cancer
not?
is
But the whole thing's about
like the
them
least of
trying
his
to
worries.
survive. Why would you hinder that with a cigarette? It makes no sense.
Because
You
he's
living on the edge, or you want to
He's just
make your mind up?
He's just surviving until he dies. There's no point to surviving in this world anyway. Aside, like if you're not,
Then why are they alive?
because it's just human nature to try and survive.
Why
well, they're
after the
trying to
sixth
build
dog
something
food
that is
sandwich?
worth living for and surviving for.
Right.
They're trying to.
I don't think he
create
is. I think
that.
he's just going with the flow. Like if he wouldn't care to
That was a
die.
day by day kind of guy.
Well, he wouldn't care to die now because I think he still feels. I mean, obviously he feels guilty for Glenn. Now
Yeah.
he doesn't have to feel guilty for Maggie anymore because he knows that she's. Because I think that he thought that she was really dead. But
I don't believe so. I don't think so. I bet that's why.
No, I mean that was the all the.
That wasn't him winking. He doesn't have an eye in there. How rude.
No, that's what Carl whispered to him.
Sure it
Maggie's
is.
alive.
Yeah, none of those have paid off yet. By the way,
What's that?
the Morse code or
The
Carl's whisper.
Why not? He's out.
I'm just saying.
Maybe
No,
that was it. Maybe Jesus left the key, and Carl was like, "Hey, there's gonna be a key. We did it."
yeah. Do you think that Jesus is the one that left it, since he's the one that was there to?
He's
pick up?
ninjaing all over the
It
place.
could be. I think that's possible because
I mean, I
he
think it
is a
was,
ninja
but I think it was Negan, I think it was Jesus, but
that left the note.
still-
that left the
got-
note.
I
But it
still
was
got-
girly handwriting. But
Well,
I think that's a possibility, but I think it's Sherry.
I think if
how
it
do
was
you know
Sherry, that there would have been more
but how do you
payoff
know
for it.
that Jesus ain't in on it with Sherry? And they're all like, he's like all over the place, that guy. He's like Santa Claus, isn't he?
Well, he hadn't been there before. The whole reason for him going...
How do you know that, though?
Because the whole reason for him going there was to find the place.
Yeah,
that was the whole mission, was to just go and find
Found
it.
it pretty easy.
He rode the truck. Of course he found it really easy.
I miss little details like that. Yeah, you're right. But wouldn't it be cool? I don't know who left the key. I really believe it was her and
I think it was
Daryl
Sherry.
2.0.
And I think when it comes to the rebellion, you're gonna get more of those loose ends tied to see like who left the note, all of that stuff, and try and get those people that help Rick's group. And
see, as much as I want to see like Dwight like be redeemed or like become a good guy, I also just want to see Daryl just shoot him in the face like really bad. Just
take his bow back.
Yeah, just take his bow back and take his vest.
It's going to take a lot for him to actually convince Daryl that he did something good.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot, isn't it? But I feel like he's gonna. Don't you feel like he's gonna?
I thought he was, but now at this point, I thought he was gonna like redeem himself by either setting him free, or even Sherry setting him free, or like help or escaping with him, doing something.
Was
some
he
kind of plan.
gone when Daryl escaped? Let's think about this. Was he there or was he gone? Was he with the rest? Was he with Negan? He
who
wasn't.
knows?
I don't
he wasn't
think
with
he
Negan's
was.
group.
Yeah.
He was there.
Yeah.
If he was there, that guy's on it. He would have seen something. Right?
Say, I assume that he wasn't there. I assume he was probably off on a mission
on a
doing
run
doing something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we haven't seen Simon for a long time either. Like these people are, they're all constantly
Jesus
working.
know to slip a note under the door? Like that's been their style. I mean, he wouldn't have known that if he's never been there, would he?
That's true. Yeah, I still think it's Sherry.
It's gotta
and
be.
I don't think Daryl's gonna kill Dwight because even while Daryl was, the Easy Street song and everything, he told Dwight, he's like, I get it. Like I know why you did it. I still judge you for breaking, but I know why you did it. So I don't think he's going to kill Dwight. I think there may be a redemption, and then Dwight dies.
Daryl's a man that doesn't speak. He just sees. He senses.
Yeah.
He uses his powers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've got a question from somebody live.
Ooh.
Called TMAC Burninator.
Hey, Burninator.
They ask, are you guys happy with the direction of the show? Are there any burning questions you want to see answered?
Of course, I'm happy with the direction.
Of course you are.
They answered a lot, didn't they, last night? I mean,
yeah, I don't really. That's one of the questions is who did leave the note. I think is still. Right. It would be nice if they actually like tied that up when we get to find that out.
Yeah,
just
that's
because
something nice.
It's
to
just
come
something
later.
that
we don't know all of their alliances yet. We know some of the obvious ones, but I think there's going to be a few surprises that people coming
like
out
some
of the
things that are working in the background that we haven't seen.
What I can't help but think, and I know maybe this network of Negans in this area of the country is probably new. I don't know how big this place, his reach is.
Well, just from that view of Michonne, I mean,
with the redhead, it's huge.
It's recent though, right? Because Negan's only just now seeing some of these places,
right? Because Alexander's been there for a long time.
So, but with every network of bad people, there's got to be a network developing or already there of good people. There's got to be a few of them.
Well, we've seen the Hilltop and we've seen Kingdom and we've seen.
They're just not in connection with each other like all of the
people.
Negans.
Right. I don't. Some of it they're not going to show us right away. I think that's why they have.
Yeah, and in the Negans, there's got to be a rebellion happening within his own group.
They're called
you would imagine
the Regans.
The Regans.
And speaking of Oceanside, that's another question that I want answered: is how are they going to tie into what's going on now? Like, are we going to go back to Oceanside? Are we going to see them again? Or
they're going to go to Oceanside when they need guns.
Here's the thing,
and what's her name?
Try and talk to them into
when they are having their meeting.
I know where we're at.
They're going to be like, "What do you know?" And she's going to be like, "I know about these women that got these guns."
You think Tara's gonna?
I think she's going to have to. Like, it's not going to. She's not going to want to, but she's going to have to.
So is it going to be like a come in and guns blazing?
No. It's going to be a total.
It's an alliance.
Yeah.
It's a team up.
Yeah, they're not going to come in and steal the guns. They can't do that.
They're only going to mention it because they have to. They can trust each other 100%.
Otherwise, there's no reason for setting them up if they're not going to go there to get weapons. Like, there's no reason to even have
they're in
that
it
episode.
For a reason. They may all be disposable people, but that's the guns. That's the connection. Where do we get guns? Oh, I don't know.
A bunch of people who can't shoot.
Right,
they have a ton of guns.
We can leave our sticks there and take their guns. It'll be the same.
Just give them some fishing poles. It'll be fine.
So that's what's going to happen. Yeah, they're going to But we're not supposed to know some of this stuff yet, you know. We should just let it happen. But yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
How
too.
they're gonna tie it together is what I like.
Yeah.
Unanswered questions, I suppose. What is there that we're waiting?
Who's the Boots?
The Boots.
Oh yeah,
I like her theory. You've kind of sold me on the Boots.
That?
You've sold me on that.
I think that's his survival thing. Like that's how he sets it up.
Oh, it's that guy.
Whoever the guy is.
Okay.
I
heard the.
So several questions. Who is it? Is it the Leslie Williams Starton? It's not Stratton. It's Starton. Is it not like him? Is it somebody that maybe? Like, is there another character that we haven't seen for a while? Is it somebody that they may already know, possibly?
A lot of people online are thinking it's the leader of the Whisperers, but I don't think it makes sense to me that it would be. I forget the character's name.
Either.
It's like Arwen or...
Because the Whisperers
something
are basically a part of the Walkers, right? So why would he...
Unless he ties in with how this thing ends.
Yeah.
You know, I like they're teasing the new character, you know, but... With all these new people, it's got to be somebody awesome,
right?
And I don't know who that could be.
I hope. I feel like the way that they're teasing it, that it isn't necessarily a bad guy. I think it's a possibility of being somebody good, and maybe another comic relief. I know Negan's a comic relief in his own way, but I want another one like Abraham, that's more lighthearted.
Yeah, well, we're going to war, so we need somebody to
cheer everyone up.
Yeah.
I want the opposite. I want violence and blood
and guts and
Hey,
gore.
Abraham did both.
He did.
He was violent, and he had his one-liners that were fantastic.
Like Jesus said, he was the only one that could say something to make you smile and wince at the same time.
Right.
We need somebody like that. So, the note, that Leslie guy, the Boots guy... is there anything else? Any other questions that we're dying to?
I don't think so. I mean, not for me personally.
How Spencer's gonna die was answered nicely for me, so that one was good.
That was my favorite moment of the whole
I was so
episode.
mad at myself because I've been, reading articles, different views and things, and it didn't tell me that it was like a comic book article, and so I spoiled it for myself.
Oh, yeah,
it's like, this is what happens in the comic book. I'm like, well, that's gonna happen. That's a mid-season finale type thing to happen. So that I would have rather been completely surprised. I saw it coming, but I'm glad
I saw it coming. In the episode, I knew he was gonna die.
Oh, I could tell.
It was, and I was just waiting for it. I was like, this is gonna be great.
Because you could tell Negan was just setting him up for disaster.
Yeah,
he set him up for disaster.
Oh yeah,
because he knew how he was gonna answer. He's seen a million people.
Yeah.
Like that,
So do you think Rick or any of them care? I mean, Rosita cares because she had relations with him and then that moment that they had. But do you think anybody else cares?
That Spencer's dead?
Yeah.
No, I think Rick had a lot of enjoyment stabbing him in the head.
That's why he was crying from laughter.
He did have that look mother. You know what I mean?
He knew that guy was, he was going to eventually kill himself somehow.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But poor Olivia, gosh, she went out with a bang. She slapped Negan, and then Tara was like, let me take over. You get away.
Right.
She's like, no, I told Rick that I was watching Judith.
And that's how I knew she was going to die. Because it was like, oh,
my heart. My heart. It's so sad.
Why? Because the babysitter's dead?
Don't tell Mom. Yeah. I was kind of hoping that she was going to get, shot holding Judith, and Judith would die too.
That's what I was thinking that was going to happen, because that's what happens in the comic books. So I thought Rosita's bullet was going to
yeah.
But I'm very glad that Judith is still alive.
They're not done tormenting us with Negan and the baby yet. There's something developing.
There is. I completely agree.
I mean, I don't know how much time there's going to be for us to see any more of that with a war coming, but I don't know. I feel like that
there might, even though there's a war coming, it's not going to be just all out war. Negan's still going to be coming there and checking stuff out, and it's going to be. Well, we got 8 episodes left. It's gonna be 7 episodes of them doing nothing and just dragging everything out real
But
long
is it
time.
really? Because when Negan gets back and figures out Daryl's gone, unless
and
was
Fat
part
Joey's
of the plan,
dead,
maybe that is part of Negan's plan to let Daryl go. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe Could be.
It's possible.
Yeah,
like, it
maybe
could be doing the same thing
Negan
he did
was
with
the one that-
did with Dwight. What if Daryl comes back and joins the crew as like an infiltrator? Does the same thing that Dwight did. He had to get his face burned though.
Yeah, man, that would suck.
The iron.
You know, there could be anything. It could be something. It could be that he let him out, and we're now believing, oh no, we've dismissed it now.
Well,
so
I
when they
don't-
surprise you with it later, that would be a good twist, you know, to bring that.
That would be a really good twist, but I think, you know, in lieu of that, he knew somebody was going to die, you know, letting him out. He had the possibility, and I was reading an article that talked more in depth about Fat Joey, and I think there was more to that character. I mean, what this person said was very believable, that there's more to Fat Joey than what it was perceived as. Like, he wasn't dumb. When Carl was in the back of the truck, and you could, if you listen carefully, I didn't hear it, I missed it, but you can hear Negan talking to Joey, and basically he was like another Eugene. He was really, really smart.
This
He
is
set
exactly
up,
what I was about to say.
set
He's
up,
like a young Eugene.
yeah, and he set up like these bombs to take this big herd of walkers
Maybe
away
that's
from
why
the
he took
saviors.
Eugene. That you killed Alan Erb, we're gonna take. Maybe he already knows.
I doubt he already
You're
knows.
not
Well, they have
free.
those
Yeah.
long range walkie talkies.
They know. He's everywhere. It's Negan. He's everywhere. He says it every time he opens
Yeah.
his mouth.
Yeah.
He's gotta already know.
But if he doesn't already know, I think it's going to be a big deal, because I think even though people made fun of him, like the Saviors did, I think he was an asset to the group. You know.
Are there
It's just coincidence.
any final thoughts?
I mean, we covered everything. Well, we didn't really talk about Michonne and her shooting the redhead. Did you guys really?
She put her out of her misery. She was asking to be killed. I mean, it was...
She wanted to die.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know, there is a bit more to that. Like, she said, yeah, I'm Negan, but she wasn't real happy about it, was she? Like, she's
Right.
the only time we've ever seen everyone else is like, I'm Negan, they're standing up all proud, which she just showed the real side of these people, which is why I say there's got to be people already.
Right.
That are
Well,
sick of
we've
it.
seen that we've seen it a little bit with.
Right, that proves that maybe there's nothing they can do. Like, she just gotta play along until she makes somebody kill her. You know, there is no way.
Yeah,
So
I
we
think
saw
there
that with
is
Dwight
more.
and that guy that he put out of his misery too on the street.
Right.
And we saw that same thing.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, there are definitely. That's what I say. There's a little bit of a rebellion brewing within side of Negan's forces.
Yeah,
Not necessarily maybe a rebellion, but there are people that would definitely turn on him given the opportunity.
Oh, for
Well,
sure.
there
And
needs to
we've
be
said that before
people
too.
that-
Yeah.
Right.
switch sides, you know,
For sure.
happens.
Yeah.
Now we have to wait
Till
How
February,
many?
right?
What's the date?
I don't know.
February. They said it on Talking Dead. I don't.
February
remember.
something.
11th, I think, maybe? I don't remember.
Man, what are you guys gonna do without us and Walking Dead? Oh man, so sorry.
They're gonna.
I'll
I don't know.
find something
Normally,
else to watch.
normally around this time, what would you do? Like, I mean, I guess it's not Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones usually didn't come on till the spring. I don't know.
Yeah,
There isn't,
get some
like, really
downtime.
anything
Enjoy
on.
it.
Yeah, go to bed early. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's true on a Sunday. Good plan.
Well, there is Into the Badlands. I mean, I know we won't cover it, but I watched the first season and I thought it was pretty good. So you guys can watch
I
that.
didn't even know that was a show until yesterday. I saw the trailer for it. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's good. And then it was like, it said season
a very
2
good
starting,
show.
and I was
It
like, oh,
is,
there's a whole
it is.
season I haven't seen.
Especially if you like kung fu
Yeah,
genre.
Kill Bill.
I say it looked kind of cool.
Oh yeah, the fight scenes are so clean and really well played
That's a
out.
good way to describe it. Yeah, clean.
Yeah.
It is good. Very
Yeah.
well done.
Okay, I'll check it out. All right, all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Spoiling Dead. We'll be back in February. Anything to plug, Dan?
Always.
No, I'm good. No. Still working on it. Hey, you know, that's what you can help me do. Come over and help me finish that movie. I'm very close, so I'm getting really excited about it. It's
Yeah.
really coming together very well. I'm pumped.
The
All
Blood
right.
River.
Blood Moon River.
Blood Moon River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
HMMfilms.com.
We'll
That's it?
plug you.
Is that
We'll
it?
plug
Oh,
plug
that's
yourself
cool.
for you.
All right. Becca?
Geeky.larpchick89 on Instagram, and I just do all my nerdy stuff and LARP stuff that I do.
All right, and you can follow us at Rad Entertain on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you can follow myself at TonyWalters_. And we'll catch you guys next time here on Rad Entertainment.
Bye.